definitely took some damage. He definitely took some damage. But, boys, we are here to talk about UFC 325, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. We are in Australia. We're in Australia. So something to keep in mind when you're watching the Australian cards is every single fighter who is not Australian is getting taxed 50%. Think about that. Think about that. Every single time you're watching a UFC event in Australia, right, and you see somebody who is not Australian, they are getting taxed 50%. What about Patty? What about Patty? He got his ass whooped. I thought Justin was going to sleep him. I had Justin KO, TKO. If you were here during the watch party, legendary. We had a legendary UFC 324 watch party, all right? It ended in black screen. It ended in black screen for Iraq, all right? I'm not going to lie to you. Black screen for me, but it's okay. It's all right. We get them next time. All right. We move. We roll with the punches. But boys, Diego Lopes versus Alexander Volkanovski is the main event, and I'm really hoping. I'm scared, man. I'm scared, but I'm really hoping we get to see Alex Volkanovski win this and then just ride off into the sunset. Like somebody in chat is Arizona saying, "Damn, but Diego's smashing him." Diego's 1-1 in his last 2, and so is Volk. You know what I mean? When is it? This weekend. It's this weekend. It's this Saturday, boys. This Saturday. And, Lopes looked like trash the first time that he fought Alexander Volkanovski. I'm not going to lie to you guys. He looked like complete garbage. I mean, he did keep it a little bit competitive, but Volk looked like a different man. Volk looked like it was levels and levels and levels above what Diego Lopes had going on in his life. So I'm really just hoping. I'm hoping. Is it the main event? Yes, this is the main event. I'm really just hoping and praying that we get to see a repeat of the first fight. Diego got some grappling skill, though. I mean, Diego is going to come into this fight very dangerous. But Diego is dangerous. He's very dangerous. Look what he did to Gene Silva. And look what Gene Silva, he held his own against Arnold Allen. I was going to say look what Gene Silva did to Arnold Allen, but I can't. That hurts my heart. I seriously can't say. I love me some Arnold Allen, boys. Let that be a 5-round fight. Arnold would have had it. If Arnold didn't go in there bouncing on the balls of his feet for 5 minutes, maybe he would have had more gas in the tank to attack. But we get him next time. But I really just need Alexander Volkanovski to win this and ride off into the sunset. Now, how does he win this? The same as the last fight, just completely outskilled, higher skill level, higher fighter IQ. Please. But obviously there is the risk. We are running the risk of a full Diego Lopes KO TKO situation. We are running that risk on Volk is going to win. I need Volk to win. I was so depressed. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I was so depressed after seeing Islam Makhachev sleep Volkanovski. It was bad. I was in a dark place, okay? I was upset for about 4 days. 3 days. It was bad. Have a blessed day, everybody. Same to you. Have a blessed day, everybody. For real. It was bad. All right, so I don't want to go back into that dark place. I love me some Volkanovski. I love that guy, all right? He's just a wholesome lad. What a wholesome lad. Now, Diego Lopes, a dude with, what is his tag? I was going to recite his dream, believe, and make it happen on his chest, all right, with the mullet, you know what I mean? Like, he has his own thing going on, like he has his own style going on, and I love that for him. And the UFC is obviously pushing for a Spanish champion. They're like, Diego Lopes, please win this fight, please. But I really do think Volk has this, and I need Volk. If you win this, you don't even have to write off. You know what? I know in the beginning of this I said I need Volk to win this around to the sunset. Hold the phone. Let's think about this, right? Because if Volkanovski wins this, he will get the Mozavar fight because Mozavar isn't, like, I know everybody forgets about Mozavar. I kind of forgot about him too for a second there, but Mozavar is sitting there in the rankings like a hungry dog waiting to get something done. And I'm going to be honest with you, Volk steps on Mozavar, like steps on him, crushes him, like he crushes Mozavar. So we could have 2 more fights. Hey, we could have 2 more fights. You hold this one down, hey, it's easy pickings. It's easy pickings for the next fight. But this should be easy pickings. But this runs the risk of random spinning elbow KO. I feel it. I feel the random KO TKO spinning elbow coming. But Volk by decision, man. 92% of people who bet on Volk are betting on Volk by decision, and everybody betting on Lopez is betting on Lopez KO TKO. I might have to take double chance here. Volk decision, Lopez KO TKO, because it could go either way, but I'm going Volk. Well, hold on, because we saw how Merab completely outclassed Sean O'Malley the first fight, took him to decision. Then the second time, the rematch, which, was a little closer. I mean, like a little closer in time. Like it wasn't a huge layoff. Sean got finished, got stepped on. So we might be seeing a Volk. We might be seeing a Volk finish. Volk KO, TKO, Volk ground and pound. Maybe. But when you're looking at this card, UFC 325, there is a whole lot of things going on. First of all, we have 4 road to UFC fights on here. 4 of them. They're going to be absolutely banging. I'm ready for all of them. This guy, Kishikaro Nakamura. Listen, I haven't watched Road to UFC, so I'm very interested to see what's going on here. I'm going to have to do some research on these guys, even though I'm not going to know anybody they have fought in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not really that tapped into the, is it Korean? Is Japan? I'm not really that tapped into the Japanese amateur scene, so I'm not going to know all these dudes that he's been fighting. But I am very excited to see these 4 road to UFC fights. I have a feeling they're all going to be bangers. They're all fighting for a spot, you know what I mean? This dude looks like One Punch Man. He looks Asian as hell. He's Australian. A whole lot of things going on over here. There's a whole lot of things going on over here. But boys, this card, I'm not going to lie to you, the prelims are fantastic. The prelims are fantastic, absolutely beautiful. Oban Elliott in here, the Welsh gangsta. I love me some Oban Elliott. Then we have Torres Finney, who I'm very surprised you're even still in the UFC after that performance you had. But I love me some Torres Finney. You know I like, bro? Even though he doesn't really do anything, but he's coached by DC. He's a little bit of knowledge if you didn't know about Torres Finney. He's coached by DC. But the main card is leaving me with a lot of questions. I had to check if I had a booger. The main card is leaving me with a lot of questions, right? So the main event is beautiful. It's peak. It's fantastic. Co-main event, Dan Hooker versus BSD. Now, BSD is kind of on a run after he got beat up by Renato Moicano. I can't believe those words are even uttering my mouth. And Dan Hooker lost to Arman Sarukian 2 months ago, and he has had a bad taste left in his mouth. Words literally directly from Dan Hooker. I watched the Dan Hooker Ariel Helwani show interview like 40 minutes ago. And just find this fight a little weird. I really do think that BSD is a can. I really do think that BSD is a trash can. He's a cab driver. He's a garbage guy. Like, you know what I'm saying here? Lost to Renato Moicano. He was doing his thing against Dustin and then got slept. I will never forget. A moment from BSD that I will never forget, boys, is him knocking out Matt Steamroller Favola. I will never forget that. I loved Matt Favola. I was like, Matt, you got this. This is going to be easy peasy. He was at plus 185, put some chicken on him. And BSD went out there and whooped on him. So I'll never forgive BSD for that. He's also just like a weird looking guy, like I'm just like, there's something off about that guy. Like I know he was a secret service, like a secret special agent and part of special task force in the French war. I'm like speaking gibberish. I know he was like a special forces in the French army. Jesus Christ, bro, my brain is like mush. My brain is mush from all this snow. Literally, it's like 2 feet of snow. I mean, 2 feet of snow over here. 1 foot of snow, whatever. And I think Dan Hooker's jiu-jitsu is very underrated. Bro is great at jiu-jitsu, almost got Arman out of there for being serious here. And Dan Hooker obviously can hold his own on the feet. Beat Mauricio's Gamrot, which honestly, Jalen Turner, all right. That was a fantastic fight, by the way, him against Jalen Turner. This fight is just a little confusing to me. But I do think Dan Hooker's going to win this fight. Wait a minute. Plus 260, moderate underdog? For Dan Hooker? Now, okay, now one thing we really need to remember is on this Ariel Helwani show interview that I just told you guys that I watched like 40 minutes ago, Dan said that he has a broken nose and he's not getting it fixed. So let's just keep that in mind, all right? He has a fractured nose. Apparently, when Arman headbutted Dan Hooker in the face, Dan Hooker fractured his nose. And when they CT scanned him after the fight, they said he had a broken nose. But to be fair, Arman was smashing him, so I don't really know if that was from the headbutt. It's a little iffy there, but he's not getting it fixed. He seemed fine on the interview, so I don't really know if that's going to be that big of a problem. But my main event, my personal main event, my personal main event is Rafael Fiziev versus Marcio Ruffy. Now, Marcio Ruffy is a part of the Fighting Nerds. He's coming off of a loss to BSD, the co-main event. And Rafael Fiziev just beat up Bahamondes, lost to Justin Gaethje, lost to Mauricio's Gamrot, and then lost to Justin Gaethje again. My boy is 1-3 in his last 4. I cannot believe we're even here right now. I thought we would be unbeaten. But look, Fiziev holds a near and dear place in my heart. A near and dear place in my heart. I personally think Fiziev has some real potential to go out there and beat Ilia Topuria, and, you know, he's screwed now because Justin's the interim champ. We will never see Rafael Fiziev versus Justin 3, hopefully. And Marcio Ruffy, look, sure, we have all seen the spinning heel kick that he did against Bobby Green. And what are you saying as for? Like, what is going on? What is going on here? And we've all seen what Marcio Ruffy did to Bobby Green. All right, we've all seen it. We've all seen it. But let's not forget, he got choked out by BSD, but he has no grappling. Zero grappling, zero anything. And he's been posting videos of him training Azerbaijan flags. Oh, I can't even see that. On the TikTok thing, it just says AZ, 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 AZ. He's kind of the Khabib of mid-tier fighters. What? Who? What are you even saying? But anyways, Rafael Fiziev is going to destroy Marcio Ruffy. Marcio Ruffy's been posting videos of him with Craig Jones. He's going to wrestle. He's going the jiu-jitsu route. Two dudes who want to stand there and throw spinning heel kicks and switch kicks and ninja kicks and front flip, all types of crazy shit. You don't want that? You want to wrestle? That doesn't really seem like your style there, Marcio Ruffy. Are you just good at spinning heel kicking old men? Old Bobby Green? Old frail Bobby Green? You don't want to kick the Azerbaijan savage? The Azerbaijan pirate? It's okay. Marcio Ruffy, yes, I believe he holds a height and reach advantage. He does. A height advantage of 3 inches and a reach advantage of 4.5 inches. Or wait, 3.5 inches. Azerbaijan, Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is the underdog of the week. Plus 100. Plus 100. Rafael Fiziev and Dan Hooker are the underdogs of the week. Heavy on Rafael Fiziev. Dan, I'm a little about, you know what I mean? But especially because he's coming off of that 2 month that fight 2 months ago against Arman Tsarukyan. But I'm loving Dan's plus 260. Dan Hooker is plus 260 against a trash can. BSD is minus 330. And again, like I said, this main card is very weird. It's very confusing because why the fuck? Why? I tried to hold my curses until like a certain point, but why? Quick recap on why BSD loses. I'm late. Okay, because BSD is a trash can. He's a garbage can. He's a cab driver, a garbage guy. I don't really like BSD. I will never forget the moment BSD knocked out my boy Matt Steamroller Favola, but he lost to Renato Moicano. I know it was a doctor stoppage, but it wasn't looking good. That fight wasn't looking good for him, to be honest. Dustin Poirier slept him. Bad. Okay? The Kyle Propolek thing, sure. The Marcio Ruffy thing, he has 0 grappling. The Beneil Dariush thing, like, do we even count that? Like, Beneil Dariush is like a piece of paper, like a brown paper bag. Yeah, I don't think BSD is like that. I really don't think BSD is like that. Like, sure, we can give him the Kyle Propolek W for sure. But Kyle wasn't ranked, by the way. He's never ranked. And, sure, he choked out Marcio Ruffy, kid who has been, like, never training grappling. BSD is a roid cheat. They're all fucking... Let's be real. Let's have a real conversation. They're all roid cheats. They all cheat, man. They all cheat. There's no way they all don't cheat. Like, I would say there's probably about a good 30% of UFC fighters aren't roid cheats, just from my personal, like, thinkings. 30% of UFC fighters are not on roids, and I think 70% are, like, some sort of illegal supplements that are illegal from the UFC. Like, they have, like, there's no way. There's no way. There's 0 chance. You think Arman's not on nothing? That boy's probably giving a bag to whoever comes and takes his. Whoever comes and takes Arman's piss test is getting a bag. He's probably handing them 10 bands. So he's like, hey, you pissing that. I'm not pissing. You draw your own blood. I'm not doing that. What are you, sick? And Arman's like this. Right in front of him. Allegedly. My thinking. Making a joke. Don't sue me. So the whole reason why I was saying this card, the whole main card for UFC 325 is so weird, is why in the fuck is Tai Tuivasa and Talison Texeira on the main card, and why are they even fighting each other? What is going on? How did Talison Texeira keep his ranking, by the way? Like, Talison Texeira, if I remember, is 1-1 in the UFC. I'm not counting those Contender Series fights or the LFA fight. Tai Tuivasa is on a sickening 5-fight losing streak. Last time Tai Tuivasa won a fight was in 2022. 2022. The last time we've seen Tai Tuivasa win a fight. So, look, here's the thing about this fight right here. Here's the whole thing. Talison Texeira is a freak. He's a freak. He belongs in a circus, boys. Listen, he's 6'7". He's 6'7". He has an 83-inch reach. He almost has 10 inches in reach advantage. Okay. The UFC thought that this kid was going to be such a physical specimen, such a star. They booked him against Derek Lewis and thought he was gonna win. But he lost 35 seconds into the fight. And then Derek Lewis's next fight, he goes out there and gets, like, dropped in round 2 by the most lazy jab I think I've ever seen. How bad is Talison Texeira? Okay, now wait a minute. There's a storyline. Boys, there is a storyline here. Okay? Talison Texeira whooped on Justin Tafa. You know who's Justin Tafa's homie? You know who Justin Tafa's homie's with? Tai Tuivasa. This is a grudge match. I'm going to go Tai Tuivasa. I think Tai Tuivasa actually gets the W here. How is Dan Hooker a bigger underdog than Tai Tuivasa, by the way? How does that even make any fucking sense? Any sense? Can somebody figure that? Can we do the mental gymnastics on that? How is Dan Hooker, who is, like, known to be a savage, like, he's known to go out there, feel the pain, feel the pressure of the moment, perform well, plus 260, and Tai Tuivasa, who's on a 5-fight losing streak, is plus 240. I mean, I guess because heavyweight is heavyweight, anybody can go down, but still. But still. Plus 260 on Dan Hooker is a fucking disgrace. Moving on to the co-main. I mean, to the prelims, boys. Quillen Salkeed. Quillen Salkeed is fighting Jamie Malarkey. Now, that is a whole bunch of malarkey. I've never heard of Jamie Malarkey. I mean, I think I have. Pretty sure, bro. Yeah, bro's been in the UFC since 2019. Lost to Fareed. Damn, Fareed Zaim has been in the UFC for how long? Since 2019? He lost to Terrence McKinney? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn, Fareed. Fareed Zaim on a 6-fight win streak, bro. I'm telling you, Fareed Zaim, this kid right here. If you guys don't know who this guy is. And listen, I have a thing against French fighters. I don't like the French fighters. I don't like them at all. It's another reason. To the guy asking me earlier, what were you saying about BSC? I don't like the French, bro. But Fareed Zaim, I personally think is going to be top 5 lightweight. I really think going to be top 5 lightweight. Do we even need to speak about this fight? Quillen Salkeed versus Jay Malarkey. I mean, I feel a real deal fraud check incoming. But we'll see. Bro's chin is fried. Nasserat put him down round 1. Ruffy flying knee. This is just like a stepping stone fight. Damn. Chaos Williams, Jai Herbert, Jamie Malarkey. Damn. Unlucky. Unlucky to that guy. Quillen Salkeed, probably KO TKO. Let's be real. But I'm just gonna go money line here. Minus 850, by the way. Zero val. I mean, hey, you got 850 in the bank. If you have 850 in the bank, and you saw a free $100 on the floor, would you take it? If you lose it, you'd be sick. Now, moving on, boys. Junior Tafa versus Billy Alenka. Can we be serious? Like, zero name value. The only name value they have on this prelims is Oban Elliott. And maybe even Jonathan Miaclaf. I like Jonathan. I like bro. But, like, there's, like, nothing here. There's, like, nothing here. I mean, the road to UFC fights are going to be banging. I promise. They're going to be fantastic. Damn. Jimmy Crute versus Dustin Jacoby was supposed to be here, and Crute ruptured his ACL. Holy shit. Sergey Spivak to Polivar versus Ante Delija. Okay. Isn't this... It is. This is Tom Aspinall's training partner. Tom Aspinall's little homie. Okay. 125, Oh! Okay. So the road to UFC fights are going to be 125 tournament finals, 135 tournament finals, 145 tournament finals, 155 tournament finals. Damn, I'm ready. For real. Listen, let's keep going through this. We did junior. Like, who cares? Like, can we be serious? You guys expect me to pick somebody here? You better not expect me to pick Junior Tafa, because we're going to go Billy. I've never heard of Billy Uganda. Never. Even though he fought 2 months ago, and I probably broke down his fight. Never heard of him, and he fought 5 months ago, and I broke down his fight. And he fought a year ago, and I broke down. Okay, I don't know. My brain is fried. I don't know who this guy is. I'm going to be honest with you, boys. No idea. Damn, they gave him Bogdan as his first fight in the UFC. Unlucky, brother. Unlucky, brother. It's okay. Did he get... Wait a minute. Did he get knocked out? Ooh, choked out. Round 2. Okay. Every single Tafa fight I've ever touched, they lose. Solo level, it's insane. Yeah, the Tafa brothers... The Tafa brothers and the Tai Tuivasas, they... I'm telling you, they... it's a little spooky over there. Moving on, boys. Cam Raustein versus Cody Brundage. Now, Cody Brundage is a special case. In his last 4 fights, we have a loss, a draw, a win, and a no contest. All right. Cody Brundage collecting all the medals. All of them. Cam Raustein, who is an Australian fighter, is going to have the crowd behind him. Just one his Contender Series contract in 2025 in August, and then beat up Andre Petroski. What the fuck? Free Andre Petroski from the clutches of his horrible chin, for real. Free him from that. Free him from that. Fighting Cody Brundage. I mean, look. You guys see the betting split. You guys see the betting split, right? Brundage has a chin, though. My lord. My lord, does Brundage have a chin? Decision? I'm probably gonna go decision here. Cause goddamn, does Cody Brundage have a chin? Decision split. Yep. Decision majority. Draw. Yeah, I'm going decision Cam. I think Cam is gonna throw a lot, and I think Brundage is gonna eat everything he throws at him. I took Mansoor 3 rounds, but it was a staring contest till 3. You took Mansoor under or over 3 rounds, or just like a finish in the 3rd? I'm confused by that. All right, boys. So we have Torres Finney, who I personally like, versus Jacob Malcorn. Look, a little lore that I said earlier about Torres Finney. Trains with DC. DC's his trainer. Maybe that's why he sits there and does nothing when he when he goes into fights, like that fight against Robert Valentin. That fight was disgusting. They have Torres Finney fighting Jacob Malkern. Now, I'm not going to lie, that Tapology picture, hella aura. Hella aura right there. What? What? You see that aura? Do you see that aura? Okay. Okay, my boy. Hella aura right there. Lost to Cody Brundage, by the way. Lost to Cody Brundage. Beat up Andre Petroski. Andre Petroski catching strays. Art, thank you for the follow, bro. Andre Petroski catching strays right here. The whole breakdown of the card, I'm shooting shots at Andre Petroski like on accident. Look, not gonna lie. Torres Finney, if you win this fight by decision, doing absolutely nothing, you will be cut from the UFC. I don't care that DC is your coach. Don't care. Pretty sure the UFC, everybody at the UFC, like the higher-ups and stuff, like the matchmakers, are trying to get Torres Finney out the paint. Because to be fair, I would too. We are an entertainment business, and you are not entertaining. He won a fight 9 months ago. It was very boring. It was a staring contest. It was such a staring... Well, it wasn't even... It was a side control contest that Torres Finney won, but did 0 damage. It was such a horrible performance that it went split. It went split. Now, Jacob is the slight favorite, but like one of the chatters said earlier, hey, the Aussies, except for Craig Jones and Volk, 0 grappling. I'm sure this fuck has 0 grappling too. Okay? Torres Finney, easy path to victory. Easy path to victory. Insane how Torres Finney is 185 pounds, by the way. I know you can't see his full physique here, but look at his traps. Look at his traps. How is he 185? How are these two the same weight? Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. And hey, Oban Elliott versus Jonathan Miacliff. Look. I'm not gonna lie. All right. Telling me to turn the heat on. We're not even freezing in here. Like, relax. Last time we've seen Oban Elliott in the octagon, it was bad business. It was bad business. So Hyun KO. Might have guessed it. Did not KO my boy Oban Elliott, but he took him through the ringer. Took him through the ringer. Vicious beating. And Jonathan Miacliff, dude's pretty nice. He's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like, bro. Now, where we really need to think about things is these dudes are the same weight, same size and height, 6 foot. But Jonathan has a 5-inch reach advantage. A 5-inch reach advantage. fight's pretty split down the middle. It's a pick-em. It's basically a pick-em. I mean, minus 145 is a little crazy. Minus 145 against the Welsh gangsta? Hey, look. This is the early Iraq parlay. Go hold me to it. The early Iraq parlay I'll put you guys on right now. Oman Elliott, Torres Fiddy, Cam Raustein, Billy, Quillen Salkeed. I'm skipping this fight. You know, I'm skipping. I would go Tai Tuivasa, but I wouldn't even put $1 on, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't even trust him with $1. I'm going Rafael Fiziev, Dan Hooker, and my boy Alexander Volkanovski. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys who I think are going to win for the Road to UFC tournament finals because I didn't watch Road to UFC. I kind of should, even though, you know, have a media channel, so it kind of should tap into that. But I didn't. So this is going to be fun, and we're going to be going in blind this Saturday, and that's it. Hey, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.